Hello! Today I will be doing a quick little, sort of a bonus video between my upload schedule of Sundays, if you did not know, which you probably didn't. But, so, this is just sort of a little bonus video. I'm going to be showing you how to install and how to sort of use OBS, the open broadcasting software. It's pretty simple, but I'll get right into it. So first, you want to head down to your Chrome search bar. And I'll put the link in the description, but basically you can also just type in OBS and download. That's at least what I did. And you'll see the first link, OBS Open Broadcaster, I can't speak today, Open Broadcaster Software, download. You want to click on that one. Now you'll be shown the screen, and down here select operating system. If you're on Windows, click Windows. If you're on Mac, click Mac. If you're on Linux, click Linux. Basically exactly what it says there. And this one is whether you want Classic or Studio. I'm not sure what that does, but I have used Studio and it works pretty well for me, so I'm just going to use that one. So once you have all your settings here, say switch between Mac and all that, so you're here on Studio, download OBS Studio. So you're going to click this. Oh, okay. And when it does this, it's just a standard installation, next. So I won't really show that much. So once you install that and just hit all next on all the buttons, basically, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be shown an empty window. You won't have this this display in the middle because currently I'm recording. So this will also show scene 1 and test, I believe. I can't remember. However, you can just delete those tests, remove them. Say I'll create one. I'll create a what do I want to do? I'll create a monitor capture and I'll name it test. Okay, so that's more like what the original one would show. So what you're gonna want to do with this is you're gonna right click on it, scroll down to properties, and I was wrong there. Do not do that. Right click, go down to remove. And yes, so now that's removed and blah blah. So say you want to record a game. I don't have a game running right now, but I would go add, game capture, and when I'm here, just hit OK, and application. Right here is what you want. Now you'd have, when you click this, you'd have a list of games going down, and I don't because I don't have any running at the moment, but you'd have a list of them going down. If you don't see your game, just hit refresh, and you'd see them again. Now, if that still doesn't show up, make sure that your game is running before you load up OBS. That you have to make sure of that, otherwise it might crash or it just doesn't work. At least that's from my experience. And if you're doing one with a smaller aspect ratio, go stretch image to screen, and it should look okay as long as it's not too small on the screen as it was originally. So I'm not going to do that because I don't need any of that, so yeah. And actually, I'm going to show you what recording a game would look like, so yeah, I'll get into that. Okay, so right now I'm going to run through the sort of the steps to actually recording a game. See, I have Gary's mod, I have Gary's mod running in the background right there. Now, it's going to be a little bit messed up because I am recording on the monitor capture as well, just so I can show you the steps that I took. So, what's going to happen is this should be blank if you just want to record the game and nothing else. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click, hit add, and then you're going to go down to game capture. Now you can name this whatever you want. I could name it Gary. So now it's named Gary. And when you hit OK, the screen's going to pop up. And it might, my game shows up here right now already, so that's alright. I could just hit OK and be done with it. But say it didn't, you just hit application, scroll down, find your game, or if it didn't show up, hit refresh and then find it. Same old thing. So I could hit stretch image to screen, but that would mess up a bunch of my recording, so I'm not going to do that. So a bunch of these, there's really no reason to mess with these settings unless you don't want your mouse on there. So say, for the sake of the tutorial, I'll keep my mouse on. Hit OK, and it should be good. Now normally you'd hit preview, which is right here. You'd hit preview stream, so you could see if your game is recording. But for me, since I can't, I am just going to open up Gary's mod. So as you see here, it's opened up, it's working fine. It's gonna be, like, you'll see the little black borders around the screen here. Like, it won't be a full resolution picture because I am running monitor capture at the same time. That's another thing. If you're recording your game, you don't want to have monitor capture running at the same time. It sort of ruins the actual recording of the game. I can go through all the menus, all of this, it all works rather fine. So, yeah. That's that part, I guess. this is going to be a part that I'm not as familiar with, so if you want like a full detailed, full-blown tutorial on how to use this part, I wouldn't stay with me, but stay with me for the first little part because I do know a little bit about this part. So when you're going around and say that doesn't work perfectly for you, you don't know where your video file recorded to, you're going to want to go to File, Settings, and Settings. So General, you don't really need to change much here unless you want to. I didn't need to do anything. Encoding. Again, don't need to do anything because I don't know too much about the actual computer things. I'm not great with that, so I would, if I did something here, I'm afraid I would mess it up. Now, broadcasting settings. This is where things start to work. So this is where you choose your file path. What file path means is these recordings. These are what I'm currently recording. This one is what is currently being spoken to, and this one was the previous clip and the first clip. So I chose to put them to my desktop just so I couldn't lose them because my desktop is nice and organized, so I could know exactly where they are. So what's gonna happen here is if you don't see this, it's gonna go somewhere like I can't remember the default, but the default, unless that's where you want it to go, it's not the best place. It's hard to find, it's difficult to access, blah blah blah. So you just go to Browse, and what you do here is just like any other program, find where you want to do it. So for me, for my sake, I would go to Desktop, and I just hit Save, or you could save it to a folder or whatever. So I might actually change it, and I could save it to the unfinished folder, and then change it from this from the FLV file. You don't want that because that opens it directly into Windows Movie Maker file. And if you don't have Windows Movie Maker, it won't work right, and you can't actually edit that. You want it to be an MP4 file right here. So then, see, all these are all my unfinished videos that I still have to record. Well, not record, but edit up. So I want to save all of my recordings to go into that file. So I would hit save, and that should work. So now it goes into my folders. JC is the folder, so now it's in there. Replay buffer path, that really does not matter too much, so I'm just going to run over that video. Pick your graphics card, there's really nothing wrong there. And resolution, base resolution. This should be the exact resolution of your computer. I'm not sure why it would change. Maybe if you're recording a specific game that has a bad resolution, then you could change it for that game. Resolution downscale, bilinear. This is, don't touch the resolution downscale, but bilinear and the filter, this depends on your PC. If it's good enough, then you can pick the highest one. If it's not, then pick bilinear. It's easiest. FPS, I would choose 30 myself because it's the easiest on your computer to run, and YouTube only allows smaller YouTubers like us to record in 30 frames per second. So that's the best choice. Audio, I do not want to save changes, no thank you. Audio. So, I cannot speak today, I'm too tired. So desktop audio device. You just want to pick if you have your speakers or whatever you want to. If you have extra speakers, headphones, blah blah blah. Now, I'm using a Blue Snowball microphone, so that's the one that I'm going to be using, not my laptop microphone, because that sounds like I'm inside of a microwave, to be honest with you. And that's this one, high definition audio. So I would not choose this, I would hit my microphone. So if you know the name of your microphone, that's the one you have to pick. Yeah, so that's basically that. Hotkeys. Say, this is for, hotkeys are what starts your recording and stops it, or does a bunch of other functions in the program. Say I'm saying say a lot, I just realized that, but I want to start the recording, but I don't want to hit the start record button manually because I'm already in my game. So I would say hit for me that numpad 0 to start my recording, and to stop it I would hit numpad 9. That's how it ended because that's what I have them bound to here. That's really all there is there. I'm pretty sure everyone understands key binding. Advanced, don't know it, I wouldn't touch it. This is why I want you to check out someone else's video if you really need it. Noise gate. Again, don't know. And switcher title, don't know. So none of this stuff I would really touch. If you want a more in-depth sort of tutorial of the of open broadcasting software, I would go to someone else. this is a really good broadcasting software. I like it a lot. It's free. It can record almost any game that you throw at it, as long as it's DirectX 9 and above, I believe. No, DirectX 8 and above. So that basically sums it up. So don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you want more, and remember, this is my videos. This is a bonus clip. I have sort of bonus clips throughout the weekend, and I upload every every Sunday, and maybe sometimes throughout the week I might throw in a bonus clip somewhere here and there. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. That's basically it, and that's the worst outro I've ever seen.